And here it is. Here's their proposal. Here's what they want in black and white. They say, new legislation should continue to enable the CRTC to develop co-regulatory approaches to encourage content providers, including certain online services, to adopt journalistic codes and practices. Oh, okay. So they want to regulate the internet. Just that. Just that. Content providers, that means us, of course. Online services, that means us, of course. Or maybe they mean YouTube and the web hosting companies that we rely on, or Facebook or PayPal or whatever, but just that. They just want to regulate journalistic codes now on the internet. No big deal, nothing to see here. Hey, did you see his cool socks Justin Trudeau's wearing? Look, there's a squirrel over there. Now we know this is going to happen, and we know why this is happening, because Trudeau has promised this. Look at this story from almost exactly a year ago, when Trudeau warned Facebook that if they didn't shut down news websites that he disagrees with, that he calls fake, well, he'll go ahead and regulate them. That's what this CRTC demand is. It's Trudeau keeping his threat to regulate the internet. It's a 21-page manifesto for the government takeover of the internet. That's all it is. And the mainstream media doesn't really mind. Here's an online search I did today on Google News. Just type in CRTC, sort by news, and there's just one item on this. Just one item, precisely one story, and it's on an obscure tech magazine called Mobile Syrup. Okay, good for them. That's it in the entire media. There's not a peep in the CBC. They don't mind one bit. You go to the CBC search engine, you type in CRTC, they don't have any story about this at all. They just don't have it at all. They have some story about Bryan Adams mocking the CRTC. They don't talk about this. The CBC likes this. This will muzzle their competitors, as in us. Now, I've read a lot to you today from this document, but let me read the summary of the document written by them themselves to show you the plan, because you're not going to find this on any other media in Canada, except there's a paid service called Black Box Reporter, which is a small website based in Ottawa. I have to give them credit. I got a lot of time for them, but they're small and their story was behind a paywall. But give them full marks for talking about this. I like them. Anyways, you won't get this from any media that the CRTC calls accurate, independent, or trustworthy, which tells you that what the Liberals mean by accurate, independent, and trustworthy isn't what you and I would mean by accurate, independent, and trustworthy. So here's the plan. Let me quote. New legislation should grant the CRTC explicit statutory authority, as well as flexible tools to regulate services, both domestic and international, including online service providers who offer audio or video services in Canada and benefit from the creative, economic, and social advantages of operating in this market. Such an approach would aid in ensuring that all players contribute in an equitable and effective manner to achieving the public policy outcomes established for new legislation, including the promotion and discoverability of Canadian content. So just that. That's all they want, people. I mean, come on. They want new laws to give more power to the CRTC in laws, but also to give them lots of discretion, flexible tools, so they can do what they like without having to check back with Parliament. They want to go after anyone giving audio or video services. That's us. Even international companies. That's bizarre. And everyone has to be equitable. What? And everyone has to follow Trudeau's preferred public policy outcomes. That's a fancy way of saying follow his politics. And if you don't, well, look, the CRTC had no problem shutting down Schwa FM. They had no problem euthanizing a $50 million conservative TV network owned by a Quebec billionaire, Pierre-Carl Pelado, while Stephen Harper said and did nothing. Do you really think the CRTC would hesitate for a second to kill a conservative news channel owned by some rabble like us? With Justin Trudeau and Gerald Butts egging them on? Oh, they will. They just told us they will. They just told us how they will. This will happen in the year 2019. Mark my words. That's an excerpt from the Ezra Levant show. Every day I do a video monologue and then I interview an interesting guest. And then I end by reading my hate mail, but you've got to subscribe to it, which you can do at therebel.media/shows.